Hi, our parts have arrived to reassemble these 1983 R65 forks. So here on Fucktard Corner, now that we finally reviewed the video and freaking beat our heads against the wall enough times to realize how the fuck this goes together, this is the way this goes together. This end, where's that freaking damper rod bolt? Here. Perhaps that will help as well. Be a fork leg. Maybe this will help even more. Pictures. So get your parts laid out for at least one fork, as we've done here. This should ease, put your mind at ease when you're reassembling this. It's been a long week already. It's only fucking Thursday morning. So now we are going to reassemble the fork, and gotta think if there's an alternate way to do this. I'll do one way and the other the alternate way, but I gotta think. So let us continue. So we're building these R65 forks for this fine R1100 GS behind us. Just kidding. We're ready to reassemble these now. As you've seen in the pictures prior, in a little video clip, you see how this is assembled. But first, we need to change the fucking fork seals. So, out with the old. Son's gonna clean up that edge with a Q-tip and some brake clean. Oh. And remember, we've already cleaned inside the fork tube. If you go to your local hardware store, they should have one of these scrubby brushes. Nylon tube brush. And another one like that. Those work good for getting down inside the fork leg and getting that shit all cleaned up. So find a socket that fits these seals properly. This is that my 36? Or is that standard? Yeah, that's my 36 millimeter socket. You want it to straddle the edge of the fork seal here, not touch the inner part that actually does the sealing. You're off. You need to, yeah. It's okay. These seals are pretty malleable. Yeah, you're getting it. And just tap it into place until it bottoms out. A little more. Yeah. Good. Good. That's it. That's one way to install these. You can also use, well, I'll show you on the next fork tube. We'll do it with the fork seal driver.
That's with the gloves on.
Your next step is, these are similar to piston rings, but we want to get these lined up, the end gaps lined up. And what that does is make it easier to wiggle this into place. close, but I get this bastard on the other side hanging out. So round and round we fucking go. You twat. Yeah, nobody wanted to make any money today anyway. Alright, our end gap is now aligned. Now we're going to take the fucker up here. And you should be able to work, I don't know if it'll show in the video, a little bit of an angle that will allow you to get everything in. Now, our bumper, our valve, the little white fucking plastic piece, and this end piece that the white part plastic piece rides in. A little push. Now we have our snap ring. The fuck that pick go? Yeah, give me a screwdriver. Fuck the pick. Oh, it's the frickin' sleeve wasn't in all the way.
Yeah, I just saw it pop.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is.
And a picture. Now your next step is we're going to flip this over, put our spring in, put our cap in. I strongly suggest using a new rubber O-ring on your fork cap. As you saw on this bike, when the two forks were laid on their side on the lift for the weekend, one tube leaked because we had a split O-ring. Makes sense, get new ones. And what did we say about our springs? The tightly wound coils go down. What's that there?
Yeah.
Bombs away. Boinga, 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 boinga. And get our friend over there. Because who's your friend? Alcohol is your friend. We're gonna soak this new fucking O-ring like that. And we're gonna set the pig right there. And Sean's gonna push down on it just a little bit so I can add some more alcohol. Yeah, drive that whore home. Yeah, some shit like that. And so far, this is the only part that I can say would be possibly dangerous. And, you know, if Sean were to slip, what the fuck you gonna lose? A finger? Not a big deal. That's why you have 10 of them. You don't really need all 10. How often do you use all 10 at the same time? So that's done. Now, that whole part of the fork is finished. You can actually take that right out of that. Our next step, remember this. That's going to go into there. And I don't need that yet. And this is going to, and be careful with the seal. Like I said, these seals, the seals for these bikes are very, very soft, so you don't really have, and you can see the seal's doing its job. It actually pushed some of the alcohol aside. This is a slightly challenging part because you have to get that piece that we dropped in here fitted, just like that, fitted into position. You'll know when it goes, and it won't go anymore. New crush seal on your damper rod bolt. As we see, that one's just a typical shitty BMW one that's ultra thin. So let's move along to something a little healthier looking. Yep, next size up, asshole. It's a 12. Let's go with a nice copper 12 by 18. Make sure it's still smaller or the same size as the head of the bolt. We're going to dump that there. It's a 10. And this could be done with an impact at a low setting, an air impact at a low setting, or hand impact, you know, with a hammer, impact driver. So, and that will take care of this fork leg, besides oil, of course, which we'll do in a moment. I think you're going to need an extension, though. Nope, maybe not. I'm using this air impact because it doesn't have much power. That's it. Use them with low power. It's kind of hard to strip because as you tighten it, the damper rod's going to move as well. You can strip it, but use your fucking head. If you're worried about it, just tighten it with a ratchet. It's not gonna go anywhere, and the axle holds that bolt in, so it's not gonna fall apart. And most of these don't do wheelies anyway, so unless you're so that's that. Yes, it is. So now we're going to take care of our drain plug. Yeah, 6, I believe. So 60 decinewton meters. We're gonna put our drain plug in. Because remember, we have no oil in this. You have no way to put oil in this yet. Well, you can put oil in, but you have no way to retain the oil until that damper rod bolt is tight. And of course, your drain plug is back in. Now Sean's going to flip the fork over and clamp it back in our overpriced stanchion clamping tool. Yeah, I'll let you fuck with that. And we'll be back in a moment. If you don't already own it, I strongly suggest you buy the climber manual for these old airheads or for whatever bike you have. These manuals are great. You can't, you know, like a toolbox, you can't work on your airhead without one. We look to the tail end of chapter 3, and we have our fork oil capacities, and this model calls for 190 cc's of 5-weight. BMW used 7.5 weight. I don't like it. I find it much too thin. Makes the suspension kind of mushy. Generally, at least for most of us Americans who weigh 200 pounds or more, you want 10 weight. And in these bikes, 10 weight works really well. Generally, I will go to a heavier weight oil than what BMW used, and usually add 25 to 30 cc's for my kind of riding. Most people are generally okay with a heavier weight oil with 10 cc's more. So you hold the cap with the wrench, as Sean just did, and spin it off with a T-handle. Yeah, my fucking battery's taking a shit as well. Fumble fucking, that's alright, leave it. You deal with the fork oil, I'll get a crush seal for that. We have our progressive suspension fork oil adjuster, which I use to inject fork oil into these. It's much quicker than using a funnel, because the funnel doesn't fit in the little hole properly. If you can get it to fit, it won't breathe, so it's going to sit there until gravity causes enough, pushes through enough to cause a little burp of air. And for a tack, you'll be sitting here for an hour filling fucking 2 forks. Way too much. This should be nice, quick. I wish I could find a larger syringe. I would love to get my hands on a 500cc syringe instead of this 50cc syringe. It would make life much, much easier. As always, I use spectral oil. And that's the end of that. As my battery slowly winds down to death. I'll go get a new crush seal for the fill cap. We have a nice new copper crush seal. There's a comparison between the two. Torque on these is not high, just snug it down. And that's it. Our fork tube is complete. We will video assembling the other one as well. I hope this is helpful. And oh yes, we're going to change rubbers on the dust wipers as well. So there's more. Don't go away yet. There's more to bore you. And we're off. We're going to assemble the other leg. Put that in, wiggle it around, drop that into place. It's going to... There it's going. There you go. Push that down into place. I think it's got to go down a little bit more. No. Yeah?
Just light.
I don't think it's making a difference.
Is that in front of us?
I think it is. Yeah, grab that because the fucking tool's on here backwards. Yeah, push down. There you go. Let go. No. Browns and bacon lips. That. We're ready for the leg?
No, I'm sorry.
No. Jesus, spring. Asshole. Al, where's Al? It's your cap.
I need the, just gonna bolt it.
Don't need it. Oh shit, you do need a bolt. Good, nail it. There. Sweet, done. Take that out while you're there. Extra pepperoni. Up the phone. Don't matter, let it fall out when you flip it.
Hate throwing stuff on the floor.
It's alright. I can catch it when you flip it over. Yep, flip it. So we don't need to. It's just yep. Drop. No. Yeah, you can do that too. Alright, let's do it this way. Bang bang on the bench.
Is that
You in?
I think so.
I'm not in a minute. Nope.
Can't see.
Nope. On the floor.
Oh, I think it just dropped.
Yeah, it did. You'll know it's right when the bolt drops into place. Quick blast with the impact. And Sean wants to hold that leg for a second. That's it. Now we add our fork oil. Which we have ready. Don't freaking shit off of that tube. Get that there. This. I think almost 4 cylinders of this. There you go. So as you can see, once you have all your parts together, it doesn't really take long to rebuild these forks. And there you go. Yeah. And the last. We have our new crush seal on our fill plug. Okay, take that away. Put our fill plug in. Our 8mm T. Spin that into place. It's got the wrench. And that's it. Our forks are ready to be reassembled into the triple clamps of this fine R65, and then our front wheel is ready to go back on. It'll be time for a test ride. I hope this helped, and